All right, in this video, we're going to look at even functions on a very specific region, which is from -a to a. So let's first start with what is an even function. An even function, you're like, it's a function that's even. Yeah. But what it means is that you're symmetric about the y-axis. So mirror images about the y-axis. If you folded your graph on the y-axis, you'd get a perfect mirror reflection. So that could be something like, for example, x squared, cosine, okay? There's lots of them. So you might be thinking, whoa, x squared, that's an even power and even, yeah. But be a little bit careful. There are other functions that are even too, like cosine. For what I like to tell students is that if you're unsure if a function is even or not, just graph it. Just put it into Desmos and see what happens. Okay, so what we're curious about is what happens if I want to integrate, for example, from -4 to 4 x squared dx. Okay, I could just use the fundamental theorem of calculus part 2, just integrate this and plug in. But what they want to point out is, hey, this thing's even. So if you graphed it, right, and you shaded the area that this represented, isn't that the same area? So it's like this area twice. Okay, so what they tell you is that if it's even, if you wanted to, so you could just integrate this and just go for it. But if you wanted to, you could take it from 0 to 4, right? 0 to 4, but that's just going to be one of them. I need 2 of them, so you double it. Okay. Some students wonder why you'd want to do this. Well, hey, anytime you have 0 as a limit, that's a good thing. So that's kind of the benefit. Otherwise, you're going to be doing some arithmetic fun time here. It's kind of pick your poison. So a lot of students like this idea. However, I would caution you, don't just see an even and do this. It has to be very specific. It has to be on this interval. This was from -3 to 4 is the integral I was interested in. I couldn't do this, okay? So it's a very specific integral from -4 to 4 or -5 to 5 or -1 to 1. So it has to be from -a to a. And like I said, this also works for cosine. So if you were going to find the integral from -pi halves to pi halves of cosine x, what you could do is just find the integral from 0 to pi halves, double it, and that would get you the same region. And again, you can always graph it to see that that would be the area just doubled. All right. So that is the secret for even functions. The next video, we'll look at odd.